those are the kind of reasons that I'm not as worried about Rueben Bain's lack of length, because I think he knows how and when and where to use his hands, both against the run and against the pass. I think that he would be a phenomenal addition to the Cowboys defense.
I love your NFL draft stuff, and a lot of people, when it comes to the draft, gravitate towards positions, and I feel like you gravitate towards the edge rushers, and people really value your thoughts on them. And we were just talking about how Matt Miller of ESPN is hearing that Rueben Bain will fall out of the top 10. Does that sound crazy to you? Like, how do you stack up these edge rushers? How much does it matter that his arms are like this? A little bit of a T-Rex velociraptor situation. Does that sound crazy to you? And if the Cowboys had Rueben Bain on the board and picked him at 12, would you be thrilled?
Oh, I would be ecstatic if they took him at 12. I think, in my opinion, he's the best edge defender in this class, and it's not like super close as it is between the, second and third guys, third and fourth and fifth. They're a little bit more jumbled up in my opinion, but I think Rueben Bain has shown to be the class of this edge defender group in this year's draft class. You're going to get me started on my arm length rant, but I think that while arm length does matter, it is extremely overrated, especially for edge defenders, because of how much they're supposed to attack half a man. Arm length is really super more important when you're playing more square, because when you're playing a half a man, you can create what is called, using one arm longer than two, because you can use that long arm. The camera's kind of weird, but yeah,
you're doing great. Yep.
Longer than two. You know what I'm saying? So you can use that to press, especially when you're rushing the passer. You can, even though someone has, 30, 31-inch, 32-inch arms, they can still outreach someone who has 33, 34-inch arms, because they know how and when to use their length. I think someone who was a really good epitome of this during his time in the NFL, former Cowboy, is Carl Lawson, especially when he was with the Bengals and he was before all the injuries really caught up with him. He has 31.5-inch arms, and his primary move is the long arm, and he consistently outreached much longer offensive tackles. I have a bunch of clips on my Twitter of him doing it consistently throughout his career, and that really opened my mind to the fact that we seem to really overvalue arm length, and it seems to be a barometer to where we're dropping guys, rounds, when in the issue really is not the lack of length. It's just how they are using their length, the timing, the hand placement, their footwork, those type of things I think matter significantly more important, but they are talked about significantly less throughout, NFL draft circles and in the talk up lead up to the NFL draft. So those are the kind of reasons that I'm not as worried about Rueben Bain's lack of length, because I think he knows how and when and where to use his hands, both against the run and against the pass. I think that he would be a phenomenal addition to the Cowboys defense, especially now, because after they got rid of Osa Odigizua, in their base looks, they're going to have someone, they have an open spot basically at that 5 technique guy who can slide down to 4 or the 4-eye. And I think Rueben Bain can do that in base really exceedingly well. And then when you go to nickel, he can go on that out and that really true traditional edge rusher, that 9 technique that Christian Parker and those Fangio base schemes use a lot in their nickel personnel looks. So I think that Rueben Bain would just be a phenomenal fit for the Cowboys in every sense of the word, not just in the sense that it's something that they need, but also from the talent and the usage perspective.
John, let's move outside, right? We talked about the interior with Rueben Bain. The Cowboys have brought in some defensive backs through free agency, but there's still a need that they have to address in the draft. And one name that we've kicked around on our show up here, and Jeff Moore in particular wanted to see what he was going to do at his pro day, was Jermod McCoy, right? And so now that has come out, you've seen his ability to work, to run, to move, and the knee doesn't look like it's still impacting him as much through the drills, right? And a lot of people say that his tape 2 years ago was better than anyone's tape they would have had currently come out of this draft. Where do you stand on the Cowboys taking McCoy at number 12 this year, or do you think they should go to a different person to pick for a DB?
I'm one of the more unique, I think, people in this evaluation process. I actually still think that Mansoor Delane, his tape this past year was better than McCoy was 2 years ago. I just think he is so much more patient. He does. I think he does the little things in coverage so much better. He's better with his position management in coverage. He knows how to, stay on that top side shoulder when he's capping a vertical, or when he's in trail. He knows how to stay sticky to that backside hip. He has really good eyes in zone. He does things exceedingly well, all those little things. Whereas I think Jermod McCoy does the things well that are a little bit more easy to see: the athleticism, the big plays, to be able to run with the most athletic receivers, to be able to take crossers and eliminate crossers, those type of things. I think he's an exceedingly capable prospect. It kind of reminds me of the two top cornerbacks the year Michael Parsons came out with, Patrick Surtain and with the Panthers.
J.C. Horn.
J.C. Horn. I think they're kind of similar, as in they're not the same play. Like, I don't think McCoy is the same player as J.C. Horn, or Patrick Surtain is the same player from Delane, but that kind of similar archetype of Patrick Surtain was knocked a lot because people said that he was boring. He made it look too easy. He wasn't doing the flashy stuff well, whereas J.C. Horn was doing all of those things exceedingly well, getting his hands on more balls, getting more interception opportunities, eliminating receivers and press really easily. But as we saw, when you get into the NFL, those ability to master the fundamentals are the things that will carry you to be successful, play in and play out, game in and game out, regardless of who the other receivers are opposite you. So I think Delane is a little bit better than McCoy. And the fact that McCoy had to take so much time to recover from that ACL is still worrisome to me, even if he is back feeling good health and moving around seemingly exceedingly well. It just worries me that it took him that long to recover. I always go back to the thing that Bobby Belt says consistently, is that we have newer tape of Ezekiel Elliott playing on the field than we do of Jermod McCoy playing 11-on-11 football. So that always will worry me. It would be tough for me to take someone like that at 12 when it's been so long since he's played. 20, I would be jumping for joy if he was available at 20 and you can take him there. But I think 12 is just a tad bit too rich for my taste, given the risk profile that he brings with him.
What's up, John? I'm a big fan of John. I retweet all his stuff. I called him Pizza Socks in training camp. He had pizza socks on. That's my nickname for him, Pizza Socks. He wore pizza socks. But he's a jiu-jitsu master, so I'm not messing with you, but I'm messing with you.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about your ears when you get off the show, right?
Hey,
man,
he
does have 2
I
ears.
can fly away with these things, man.
He does have 2 ears.
I didn't want to wait. Jesse.
Don't put me in this.
Why do you think I wear it?
Don't put Jesse in this, because John ain't gonna catch me at training camp. He's not gonna put me in the rear naked chokehold. That's not gonna happen. So don't say my name, because you got jokes.
You're gonna do it too.
No,
I know you, Jesse.
John.
Jesse,
I speak for me.
I just said.
If I don't listen to
I'm not going to talk behind your back. But that head, boy, they out there. Just tell you.
Was that your question?
I always got Chill's back. I'm Chill's little bodyguard at training camp.
I appreciate you, man. I got a question for you about the linebackers. It seems like the Cowboys may like Rodriguez over Hill and
Allen.
I knew his name.
You haven't remembered the name all day. You haven't remembered the name all day.
Can you give us your thoughts on those three linebackers? And would there be a pick at 20 for one of them?
I think that personally, I have Rodriguez and Allen a tier or two ahead of Anthony Hill right now. I think that they are just better at diagnosing things, especially in the run game. I think that they key and diagnose much more consistently and capably than someone like Anthony Hill does. And the thing that really differentiates between Rodriguez and Rodriguez and Allen for me is just that Rodriguez has an uncanny ability to consistently put himself in position to make big plays that can change the game for your defense. His ability to create strips. We know that is a trait, that is a skill, that is an ability to do those things. We see that carries when players are good at stripping the ball. That is something you can carry with yourself to the NFL, and it can be a very big asset for your defense. I think Jacob Rodriguez does that well. I think he is better than Allen in zone coverage specifically, especially when he's spot dropping. I think he has better eyes for the QB. I think he flows with the QB's vision a little bit better. The intersect passing lanes. He has a little bit better of a understanding of the offensive passing concepts that they are going to attack their defense with. Now, I do think that Anthony Hill is a little bit more physical. I think he's a little bit more of a downhill missile in the run game. But I think that Rodriguez's ability to see where things are going and to make plays and to really generate turnover-worthy opportunities for the defense really sets him apart from Allen. Just a notch. It's not a big difference, but that is the thing that would give him the nod over Allen at, say, pick 20.
Any of them at 20 for you?
I would really consider Rodriguez at 20. Obviously, given who else is there, I'm not taking him over, my guy Akeem Mesidor or something like that. But I do think he is definitely in that group of players that are definitely worth considering at number 20 for sure.
Somebody want to spin the wheel?
I got you. All right, Josh. So here's what we got. You got 3 options. You got 12. You got 20. You got pass. All right. Once you use one, it's done. We're going to spin the wheel. Whatever name comes up, this is who you have to take between 12, 20, and or pass. You ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go.
Big money, no whammies.
No whammies!
12, 20, or pass.
Oh, let's go. Let's have some fun.
Kenyon Sadiq, 12, 20, or pass.
Pass.
Oh, you jerk.
Oh, all right. So you
guys got me on offensive players the first time. I'm like,
Bird just caught another 1-yard pass.
All right, here we go. 12 or 20 are your only 2 options left.
I hope he ends up with a bum.
12 or 20.
I hope he ends up with a bum.
Give me Ty Simpson or something.
Omar Cooper Jr. 12 or 20.
Who put all these offensive players on the board?
I would go 20. And, this is something that I've kind of come to grips with throughout the draft process. Is throughout the probably 2/3 of the draft process into this point, I would say I have been a defense no matter what in the first round, but I'm coming more and more around that the draft is about creating surplus value. And if you really don't like the value that you can get of a defender at, say, pick 20 and an Omar Cooper is available there,
let's go.
I think that might be the best thing that you can do to improve your team.
All right, John, here we go. This is the number 12 pick that you're picking for the Dallas Cowboys. Number 12 right here.
If this lands on Jeremiah Love, I'm walking off.
Oh, I hope it does.
I want Love.
Oh, you just took Emmanuel Warren at 12.
At 12. Emmanuel McNeil Warren at 12. Those are your picks from John Owning. Number 12 is Emmanuel McNeil Warren.
With the Wheel of Fortune here. That would be a struggle.
He's trading back.
John, tell people where to follow you and ask for their money.
Make sure you guys are following me on X and on Blue Sky at John Owning. Make sure you guys are following along on YouTube at Cross Shop Pod. We're going to be doing some interesting things. I think this week we're going to be talking linebackers, so it'll be fun. And if you guys want to donate me money, please do.